Here, we are going to learn how to put a paragraph into our HTML web page. Now, we have got a heading, first priority, which means it is an H1 and it is the biggest heading that we have. I am going to put it underneath that heading on the website. Now, to put things in order, HTML reads from the top to the bottom. So as you can see, we have an H1, H2, H3, H4. If I would like to put a paragraph under the first heading, I need to be between these two headings. Now, most elements in HTML have a very clear naming scheme. They use words that sound like what they're going to use. For example, a paragraph will use a P tag. We're going to write this in exactly the same as we have with our other elements. Now, it's important to remember that P exists on its own. There is no P1, P2, P3, or P4. P is just a P by itself. There's also something else about all of the elements on this page that we need to recognize. Now, all of the elements are using lowercase letters. This means that there are no capital letters, like this, on our page. We want to make sure that our elements are written only using lowercase letters. Now here we have told the computer that we are going to start a paragraph. What content are we going to put inside of it? I have found some text from the internet called lorem ipsum, and this is something that web designers often use to have default text, something that will just fill up the gaps so that we can see how it's going to look on the page before we fill it with real content. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paste using Control V. As you can see, I've just pasted a paragraph of fake information into my page. Now next, we need to make sure that we remember to close our paragraph. Otherwise, the computer will be confused and it won't know where the paragraph ends. So we're going to do that by opening a triangle tag, using a slash to tell the computer that this is going to be a closing tag, a P because this is the element that we are going to close, and finally another triangle bracket to make it a little box so that the computer knows that this is the full instruction. When we click run, our paragraph appears as a paragraph on a separate line to the headings and is in between the heading 1 and heading 2, just like we expected it to be.